Hey, boys and girls, it's Mrs. Faulkner for Lesson 15, Problem Set. If you haven't completed it, please make sure you check all of it or complete all of it, and then you can check it as we go. It says, estimate to label the given fractions on the number line. Be sure to label the fractions 0 and 1. Write the fraction above the number line and then draw a number bond to match your number line. Okay, so if we look at A, we started with 0. That's what they always want us to do, 0 and 1. So this basically means 0 thirds. Okay, this is 3 thirds. 3 over 3, that means 1. Anytime you see a fraction written like that, that's a whole. That means 1. So we're going to estimate. Estimate means it's not drawn exactly about where 2 thirds could be on our number line. All right, so I'm going to make a good guess that this would be 1 third, and this right here could be 2 thirds. So I'm going to plot that on my number line with a dot. You can see over here, we have a whole line. We have 2 thirds plus 1 third because that's how much is left to go. Okay. Here we have 3/4. Well, right here is 0/4. Over here is 1, so that's always 4 over 4. It's the same as the bottom number. We need to plot 3/4. Okay, so I'm going to guess that this is 1/4. I'm going to say this is 2/4, and I'll guess that this is 3/4. Okay, so I'm going to put a dot right here, and I'm going to label it 3/4. For my number bond, I'm going to put a 1, and I'm going to say 3/4. That's what I plotted, and one more fourth makes 4/4. 3 plus 1 is 4 and makes 4 over 4. Here in C, we have 3/5. So right here, we're on 0, so that should say 0/5 because that's our bottom number. Over here is our whole 1, so if our bottom number is 5, our top number is 5. 5 out of 5. And we are going to label 3/5. Okay? So let's see. I'm going to try 1/5, 2/5, 3/5, 4/5, and 5/5. So 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I need to plot 3/5, which is going to be right here. Okay, so we're going to start with our whole number 1. We have 3/5 marked. So how many more fifths do I need to get to 5/5? So there's 1, 2. That's right, 2/5. And I could check that by saying 3 plus 2 is 5, and 5 over 5 is 1. All right, looking at D, we are to plot 5/6. So I know this is 0/6 because we haven't gotten anywhere on the number line. I know that 1 makes 6 over 6. Okay, so 1/6. Let's see. There's 1, 2, 3, 6, 4, 6, 5, 6, and then that's 6, 6. So we are plotting 5, 6. So 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's going to be right here. When I do a number bond, I'm going to say 5/6 and 1/6 makes 6/6. 5 plus 1 is 6. 6 over 6 is that 1. All right, looking at E. On E, let me change my pen. On E, we are going to mark 3/10. So I can tell you right here is 0/10. And what's down here? That's right, 10 over 10. So now I'm going to mark these into tenths. All right, here's 1/10, 2/10, 3/10, 4/10, 5/10, 6/10, 7/10, 8/10, 9/10, and then that's 10/10. So my pieces are much smaller than up here. Yeah. So 3/10. 0, 1, 2, 3. Right here is 3/10. So with my number bond, I'm starting with 1. I have 3/10. How many tenths do you think we need now? I could say 3 plus what equals 10? Or I could skip 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's right, 7 tenths is what goes right there. I feel quite sure that you all are rocking it out today. Yay! Good job. Excellent. Okay, on number 2, it says draw a number line, use a fraction strip to locate 0 and 1, fold the strip to make 8 equal parts, and use the strip to measure and label your number line into 8. So we're looking at 8s right now. So let's draw us a nice size number line. It's got arrows on each end. Remember, we're starting with 0, and we're going to end with 1. And so we're going to break it down into 8s. Okay, so let's see. There's 1/8, 2, 3, 4/8, 5/8, 6/8, 7/8. This one's a little bit off kilter, but that's okay. And this would be 8/8. So here we have 0 over 8, 1/8, 2/8, 3/8, 4/8, 5/8, 6/8, 7/8, and then 8/8. Now you can see here that I have a fraction strip that the lines kind of match up to my number line. If it was measured out equally, then it would all be the same thing, okay? Number 3 says, for his boat, James stretched out a rope with 5 equally spaced knots as shown. Starting with the first knot and ending at the last knot, how many equal parts are formed by the 5 knots? Label each fraction at the knot, okay? Well, let's start here is going to be 0. Remember, our number lines always start with 0 and 1. So we have 0. There's 4 parts. 4th, 1, 4th, 2 fourths, 3 fourths, and then 4 fourths, because 4 4 equals 1. So we can say in number 4 that there are 4 equal parts. Okay. What fraction of the rope is labeled at the third knot? Well, let's count. Here's knot 1, knot 2, knot 3. So right here is where knot 3 is. So we can answer this as saying 2 fourths is labeled at the third knot. Okay. What if the rope had 6 equally spaced knots along the same length? What fraction of the rope would be measured by the first 2 knots? Well, let's look at this rope in a different way. Okay, so let's say that we have our rope here and we're adding a knot. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so let me go back and erase a little bit of my rope. All right, so that gives us 6 knots. 6 knots. So now let's label our rope. Again, we're starting at 0 and we're going to end at 1. So let's label our rope now. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 knots. So we have 0 fifths, because there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 parts. 1 fifth, 2 fifths, 3 fifths, 4 fifths, and 5 fifths. Remember, to equal 1, this fraction has to have the same number at the top, which is called the numerator, and the same number on the bottom, which is called the denominator, in order to equal 1. All right, thumbs up to you today, boys and girls. You have done a great job with your problem set for lesson 15. Head on over to your exit ticket, and I'll see you soon. Bye.